I know you sound good, obviously. We all know this. You brought it to us. This is the 8th solo studio album. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's crazy to think I've made 8 albums and I still feel as excited, as enthusiastic as I did with my very first solo record, Northern Star.
Do you ever think back to those days and say, can 8? Did we ever think we'd get to 8? I mean, 8, when you ask someone else, even too, in their career, it's like 8 years I've done this, but this is 8 entire albums of you.
Yeah. Do you know what? I feel so lucky that I have had the opportunities that I have. Being a Spice Girl is the best thing in the world. But by being a Spice Girl, I have been able to also be a solo artist. And I'm very, very proud of all the work that I've done.
I know that you've mentioned that you've been doing press for this, you're talking to people about, this album. It's personal to you, obviously. Anytime you put your voice and pen to paper on something, it will be, but this I feel is even more personal. Is that why you decided to self-title it?
Yeah, it is, because I thought about it on other records, but it never felt quite right. But this album has been very much inspired by being back on stage with the Spice Girls last year. We did some big stadium shows in the UK, and it made me feel really reflective. And I just found that I had this concern about becoming Sporty Spice. And once I was back with the girls, back on stage, I realized I don't become her, I am her. It's something within me, and she's never gone anywhere. She's always been here. And it was just so lovely to have that moment to realize, wow, all of these things I've done, it's all me. And I think sometimes we really don't give ourselves credit for all of the incredible things we do from day to day. And I think this difficult year we've had has really shown that to us. We've had to be, not only think about work, and we've had our children at home, we're being teachers, we're being therapists, we're cooking, we're cleaning more than ever. And I just felt like, it felt great to have a positive sounding and feeling record to be able to release in a difficult year like 2020.
Knowing again what we've all been through, did you see yourself growing as you were putting these songs together and deciding what to put on the album?
It was such a wonderful experience because it started to gather pace. This theme started to grow. It's very much about self-acceptance. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. It's about having faith that when things are really tough, you can get back up and you can get back out there again. And it just sort of resonates with me so much. And music has always empowered me. As a kid, I used to love being in my teenage bedroom, listening to Madonna, listening to all those great artists from the 80s. And I would find strength in their lyrics, in their music. And now I do that when I perform. And I love being able to do that for the fans. I get such lovely messages from people that have really had the music help them through difficulties. And, it feels a real privilege to be able to do that as an artist.
Everyone wants to know the follow-up. How was it? I didn't get to go the Spice Girls tour last year. It was everybody was waiting. I promise, every year everyone's like, is it happening this year? Is it happening this year? How was it just being out there with the girls, minus Victoria, but you guys were out there, you did your thing. And did it just feel like old times?
It was amazing. It was even better than old times. I think when you've had that incredible experience and then some time away and you get the opportunity to do it again, you realize you really cannot take this moment for granted. The fans were amazing. Although we only played the UK and Ireland, we had flags from all across the globe. Right. And it just reminded us this incredible impact we'd had in a generation of people. And we felt so honored and so humbled and really proud. And there is no way on earth we can't do that again. That has to happen again. And I think post-COVID, we need it. We need to spice up our lives. So I'm going to see the girls quite soon. So I'm going to start booking them again. Come on, let's get our act together.
And the US, obviously, we want to know too, will there be any talk of, hopping over the pond, coming over here to see us? Because again, we need you.
I am sure once we get back to getting some dates organized, we love being in the US. We've had so many great times there, touring, doing TV shows, promotional stuff. And we so want to get back there.
Okay, that's good. That's positive. Okay, so then yes,
Yeah.
we'll
Oh,
hold on
good.
till all this passes and find out.
Yeah.
Why did you feel though that was the right time? Why did you all decide, hey, last year was right for us. This is when it needs to happen again because so many people wanted it, and I'm sure you guys wanted to get back out there as well together.
Yeah, you know, it's something we discuss all the time. And for years, we've been, oh, shall we, shan't we? Someone wants to, someone else doesn't. It's right for one, not the other. And just everything started to fall into place. And it just started to gather pace. We felt like we were all getting lots of people approaching us about how the Spice Girls had inspired them. It had been such a big part of their lives growing up. And it just felt like this appetite was growing. And we're so grateful that we did it last year. If it had been this year, we would have been heartbroken
I
to
would.
have had to postpone. And, you know, so thank goodness 2019 happened. And let's, you know, keep our fingers crossed that there's more Spice to come.
Yes, and we have to celebrate 25 years next year of the Spice Girls. Okay, first of all, can you believe 25 years? Because you look about 20 years old, okay? You take everyone
Thank
say
you. I've got my Zoom filter on.
you look good. I'm like, hold on now. 25 years of Spice
Oh,
Girls. What were you, 2 when we started this? Um,
oh, bless you.
First of all, congratulations on that because again, another number to celebrate, any number that we can celebrate and say we're here alive another day, but 25 years of something so special. Do you, again, I know COVID is kind of halting things for a lot of performers and people just in general, but do you have any plans, maybe a Zoom with the girls, something?
We don't have any plans yet, but we are hooking up quite soon. And I think it's something that needs some serious discussion. I think we all need things to look forward to. You know, even though there's so much uncertainty, I think we need to make good plans so we can have something positive in the future.
Absolutely. And I know recently you had done an interview, and I just want to elaborate on it because you girls are friends, best friends, I'm sure, your family. Me and my best friend, we go through things like you said earlier about the album, ups and downs. You had mentioned
Hmm.
there was something with Victoria that could have possibly gotten you out of the group that had happened. But again,
Oh my
it's like
gosh, this
it's
is so funny.
sisters, right? It's sisters, it's
Yeah.
family. You have to go through the ups and downs. What was that like? Because obviously you guys are all good.
Oh my goodness. We've probably had more ups and downs than most. We are the most dysfunctional family unit. And then when we get onto stage, it all disappears and the magic happens. But yeah, we've experienced something so unique together
Yeah.
that this is a bond that is strong and it will never be broken, you know. So we do have moments when, you know, we might have a little fallout here and there, but we always come back together. And you know, when we need each other, we are there 100%. But yeah, we had a funny little fallout many years ago at the Brits. I think it was 1995, so no one knew who the Spice Girls were. It was way before Wannabe. And yeah, we had a little fallout and I got in trouble. But yeah, that's all water under the bridge.
I think you guys, when you hear stories, it's like when you have a group of people together, girls, boys, whoever it is together, and you're doing something that you love with passion behind it, and you're so young and you're just getting into it, that's bound to happen.
100%. You know, we had a lot of pressure on us as
Yeah.
young people, but we also put a lot of pressure on ourselves and each other because you're right, we were passionate. The
Yeah.
Spice Girls is precious to us all, and we never wanted to jeopardize that.
Did you ever get a message, I'm sure, from one fan or a couple that really stood out to you during that height where you guys were, you couldn't look in a store without seeing a doll. You couldn't, I mean, you
Hmm.
still, everyone, again, 25 years of just amazing music and just what you guys have brought to pop culture. But is there one that really sticks out to you?
I think the messages that we get, I don't think it was so much at the time. Our fans predominantly were very young, and I think they kind of grew up with the Spice Girls and went through a lot growing up with us. And you know, we spoke briefly about the LGBTQ plus community, and I know a lot of young gay people, you know, they struggled maybe to come out to their family and to their friends. And there's been some very beautiful heartfelt records, sorry, some beautiful heartfelt messages on how the Spice Girls and our individuality and how that had helped people. Sometimes if they felt a little bit like they didn't belong somewhere, it felt like it gave them somewhere to be. Yeah.
Absolutely, definitely a space that you wanted to be in. Well, before we get out of here, because I think I have about 1 minute left with you.
Okay.
You know we love a royal moment, okay, girl? I have 2 photos. I just wanted to show you and get your thoughts. Do you remember these photos? Do you remember these moments?
How could you forget them? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love to see the princes. They're so tiny on there, aren't they? They're like so
So
young.
little. What was that day like? Is this the one in
Oh,
97, South Africa?
it was amazing. That was, yeah, the day
Yeah,
we met Nelson Mandela and
yeah.
Prince Charles, and the young princes are there. And wow, I mean, the things you get to do as a pop star, it is just ridiculous. But it was so lovely to, yeah, to be in that environment, to meet those incredible people. And great memories. One of my favorite royal memories is being invited for high tea at Highgrove, where Prince Charles lives. And so the princes at the time, I think they were maybe like 11, 14, William and Harry, and we had cucumber sandwiches. And they gave us a little tour of the house, and we were taken down into the kitchen. And Mel B was still hungry, so Prince William made her some peanut butter on toast. How many
Stop.
people can say that? Yeah, that was so cute. They made us some toast.
How cute is that? You don't
So
think that would
cute.
happen.
It's a
Oh,
great memory. They're the best memories, the kind of things you don't expect, right?
exactly. Oh, okay, here's one other one I want to show you because first of all, you got this. Yes, every time we it was like my little sister, she would do that all the time. I'm like, you think you're a Spice Girl, don't you? Look, so you guys here,
Yeah.
can you see? I don't remember. I don't know what year this is, but what do you
Yeah,
remember about this? It feels like there's a lot happening here, and it was. Go ahead.
I think that was 1997. I think that was a Royal Variety performance. I think we were in Manchester in England, and that was the maybe infamous night when Jerry pinched a certain royal bottom and left some lipstick on Prince Charles's cheek. I mean, talk about breaking protocol. The Spice Girls, people used to tell us, you can do this, you can't do this, you should do this, you must do this. We would just like do the opposite, you know.
No.
Don't try and tell a Spice Girl what to do.
And listen, in the UK, I used to live in Brixton for a little bit. I was living in South London as well for about 2 years of time out there. The paparazzi really talks about everybody out there, and there's so much going on. Did you guys get flack for that? Like, did people know the story of this photo that day, or did about the pinching and all that other stuff and the kiss on the cheek?
It was kind of instant. I think all of us were a little bit shell shocked. It was like, uh-oh, here we go. Because yeah, we were at a time in our career where anything and everything we did was all over the tabloid media here in the UK. And in the 90s, I mean, they're a little bit more tame now, but in the 90s, they were ruthless. And yeah, that was like headline news.
Now, just break it down. True, was it, dispel the myth for me. Jerry says it was a pat. Was it a pat or a pinch? Do we know?
I mean, whatever it was, it's all kinds of wrong. It was the 90s. It was a different time.
Can't do it now.
You can't do it now.